Hi everyone, this is Aurora. I believe that most of us have read picture books when we were little, and you may recall one named The Swimmy by the famous Dutch author and illustrator Leo Liani. But how could a children's book be related to life science? Well, let's see.
Once upon a time, there was a little black fish named Swimmy who lived among his red siblings. However, why are they red? Let's say that the ecosystem they're currently living has a lot of red seaweeds growing. Suddenly it makes sense. They need camouflage to hide from predators. However, how is that? Here we can get to an essential theory of evolution, the natural selection. The phenomenal biologist C.R. Darwin first came up with this term in one of his essays in 1858. He argued that not all individuals of one species survive due to limited resources and viability. To get into this theory, we first need some genetic basis. There are something called the alleles. Like our chromosomes, we get half of the alleles from the mother and another half from the father. Together, they determine the genotype and phenotype of an individual. Most times, the dominant trait shows over the recessive. A recessive trait is only shown when the genotype is recessive homozygous. In fact, heterozygous hold advantages over the homozygous. Since they have two copies of the alleles, a better genetic diversity could be reached among the offsprings. For natural selection, however, only the phenotype matters. Why is that? Meet P, the kid of Spider-Man. But his dad's superpower is a recessive trait, so unfortunately, he's just a common boy. One day he decided to try to jump off the roof since he saw he carries this gene, so he did, and he didn't make it. It does sound brutal, but that's how the nature works. Back to the redfish. We don't know what color they were, but once the red seaweed started to grow, all other colors became obvious for predators. So as time goes, they were eliminated by nature. The redfish survived and passed their trait. More red offsprings were born, and as a result, the color gradually became a dominant trait among the species. Other colors are probably results of genetic mutation. This circumstance is called directional selection. There are two other types, disruptive selection and stabilizing selection. The story goes on. A genie came and ate all redfish. Only Swimmy escaped. He traveled and joined a new colony of little redfish who were also hiding. Using Swimmy's strategy, they all survived. Story ends. But let's think further. Can he successfully find a mate among the redfish? If so, is the mate fertile? Will the produced gametes survive and form zygotes? Will the black offsprings born reach the reproductive age? If he can successfully pass all the stages, his traits are finally passed to the next generation.